Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Thursday, December the 5th. These are the charts of the day. Kind of a sloppy day on Wall Street. They finished slightly positive after an afternoon rally, and a lot of stocks that we follow responded. Here's some new ones as well. AOBC, American Outdoor Brands, formerly Smith & Wesson, the gun manufacturer, has been surging since it bottomed in October, about 5.41 was the low. It's almost doubled since then. Today was significant, however. After an earnings report, they came out after the close, no less, and even went higher, spiking at one point to 10.5. At the daily chart today, it closed at 944, so another point higher after hours. That could break it out above multiple highs and tops in this area. The $10 range is resistance. We got above it. We can hold it. Tomorrow morning, we may see the stock in 11.5 range. Secondary target is up here near, call it 13. CCXI, well, with explosive move on major drug news, the stock just exploded and then pulled back for 5 days. Started to move again today and popped 3 points or 10.5%. Volume picked up and not heavy enough. However, I like the idea of this perhaps coming out of a little bit of a flag in here, consolidation of the big run-up, and maybe extending this move to test 38 and then mid-40s. Precision Biosciences has been on a tear since it was 6 just a month ago, running now and tripling to over 18. Looked like it was going to top in here, and some heavy selling took place, but they absorbed it. Support 16, it's exploded to 18, and actually it tagged 19 today, but closed 1851 up 187 or 11%. Volume is solid, 1.7 million. This stock looks like it's going to trend into the 23, 24 range. Express, the retailer, after a long downtrend, broke out, retested, and it's been churning its way upward today with a pop of 28% on a mere 6.7 million. That's the biggest volume I've ever seen in a stock on an up day going way back. So to me, it may be breaking out across key resistance. The next target has to be about 575, and beyond that, we're looking at 6 3/4 as well. GSX, a fairly new IPO since June, been trending nicely. Multi-month coil broke out a week and a half ago. It formed a little wedge. Today it popped and backed off. This could be a buy right here for a move to low 20s and then high 20s. GTT popped out after a big downtrend. The stock looks like it's based out. The V bottom here with the tail, the run up to resistance and pullback, and now the 7th day in a row up before a pullback late in the day. This is a breakout retest. I put a swing on it perhaps a little early, but I think the stock makes it into the mid-teens. Hovnanian broke out after a massive move up from the August low under 5. It exploded to near 30, actually trading over 30. So a 6-fold move in 60 days. Of course, we're going to get some kind of pullback consolidation, but a very orderly one. And today's volume increase and pop out over resistance tells me this may be headed to the 29-30 range and then low to mid-30s after that. LXRX on the verge after the explosive move in February and the long multi-month consolidation. It took a bit of a hit 4 days ago, but look at that tail and reversal 3 days in a row up since then. It closed right on resistance. My targets now are 5 and 6 going forward. NAT may be breaking out again after the explosive move in October and the corrective falling channel. It bounced to resistance, backed off, it bounced again, backed off, and it's testing its 50 here. Today was a pop of 23 cents or 6.6%. Nothing spectacular, but it does look like a large wedge may have formed in here, and it might be trying to come out of it. Keep an eye on this level, 388.90 tomorrow and the day after, because I think you're headed to 4.5 and 5 3/4. PTI exploded out of its little wedge after a big move from 75 cents all the way up to 275. It spent 4 days consolidating, but today it exploded from 262 to 420, finished 379 up 99 cents, or 35%. The momentum could take this to 4 3/4 and 6. SecureWorks, Big base pattern has formed. Today was an explosive breakaway gap above 2 moving averages and above resistance as well. There is some minor resistance just ahead. Well, it's pretty major at 15. We get to 15, we're looking at 17 and 19. SEAC exploded on a strong earnings report, a blowout report. Almost 4 million traded, which I've never seen before. Huge breakout volume. Now, it did pull back and retest to try to fill that gap, but I got a feeling you're going to start to see the stock consolidate, move up past the 455 area today that it reached today, get to 5.5 and 6.5, my targets going forward. Sportsman's Warehouse broke out of a month-long consolidation, popped all the way up to 882 before settling back to 805. Still up 72 cents or 10%, and the volume was strong, but it was a pretty decent pullback. And that's a major breakout of a 2-3 year base. So for me, I think the stock works its way higher towards 10 and 12. SSI and a rising flag, a very strong configuration after a nice base pattern and a long-term channel reversal. The stock's going vertical from about 75 cents all the way up to 5.5. I still think momentum carries us to 6.5. TLYS, another retailer that exploded out of a base today. It looks like this was a massive gap and a strong surge, and it closed at the high for the day going away, up 168 or 16.8%. 1.2 million traded, one of the biggest volumes we've seen all year. And to me, it's a breakaway day, I think. Got a target now at 13 and at 14.5. Verisight punched up $1.65 or 6% today on 900,000. It's the highest close we've had on this stock since the high in July. We may test that as early as tomorrow morning. That's about 31.25. We get through that, you're looking at something in the high 30s. Workhorse popping. Some volume came into it and went up to the moving average and backed off right to close at resistance. What I want to see on this one is kind of make its way through 330 with volume and then take out 375. Those are your resistance and scalp targets. Your swing target is 4.5 and 5. And finally, WRTC with a beautiful high volume inside day. Tell you this is going to form some sort of wedge or consolidate and then run to 7.5, my next target. That's it for the charts of the day tonight. Everybody have a good evening, and let's make some money tomorrow. Talk to you then.